Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Northeast Living. I'm Mark Jennings, your host. We're here in downtown Hartford at the Old State House, and we have such a great show for you. But first, when you think of Boy Scouts, you probably think of campfires, learning how to tie some fun knots, and maybe even helping someone cross the street. But here in Connecticut, the Boy Scouts are taking a big leap ahead. Take a look.
Take a giant step for scouting. It's a unique event for the state of Connecticut. It involves participants rappelling off a 17-story building in the Connecticut River Plaza to benefit Boy Scouts. This is the second time an event like this has been held in New England. It came to our attention. We saw another scouting organization, another council in Omaha do this. And there are a number of us at the council that got really excited.
Here we are, 200 feet up at the Connecticut River Plaza. We're going to be rappelling off of this roof, having a great time, and having a big thrill.
The money goes to the youth development programs for the Boy Scouts of America. It goes to help camps like this stay open. It helps urban scouting. It also goes to programs that help educate and develop character in youth today. Anyone from any walk of life can do this. We also have a very large mammal going. One of our rappelling volunteers, Pucky the whale, needs to get a little experience. Camp Mattatuck is loaning us their rappelling tower.
This tower, this was a creation of a few people here at work at camp. One of them works on the space station, one works on the space shuttle, and they helped us actually design this. There's not many towers, if there's even one anywhere like it in the country. It's actually one of the coolest and most creative things that anybody has in any Boy Scout camp. When most people come in, we want them on a belay rope all the time. So I'm going to put on my harness and my helmet, and then I'm going to attach to the belay rope. But Mark's going to be my belayer. And then when it's time for me to get lowered down, he's going to lower me down.
Go Pucky!
The support we've gotten from the city of Hartford is great. It all goes to benefit scouting.
Boy Scouts is just basically preparing us for the future, like teamwork.
It helps youth in the community learn about leadership, about environmental stewardship, citizenship.
Doing high adventure stuff, just swimming a mile.
It's a great program, and it's a great way, it's a fun way, it's an exciting way to support the program.
I love my garden, and having a well-appointed, well-designed garden will add both value and beauty to any landscape. But if you have a garden, then that means you're going to need to be weeding. And for most of us, that's not the best part of gardening. But what if I can show you a couple of clever ways to help reduce the weeding process? Let's start with steppables. They're becoming more and more popular these days because they're just that. They're steppables, and they can expand. Here's one for light traffic, and it's called Creeping Speedwell. Here is some creeping time, and this is for moderate traffic. The third one won't give you flowers, but will give you some wonderful visual interest in the garden. It's called Brass Buttons. It allows you to walk on it on high traffic areas. But there are other choices as well. I love Creeping Jenny because it will completely go dormant in the winter and come back vibrant. Ivy is very popular as well, but it does require a little bit more pruning to control it. But my all-time favorite has to be Vinca minor, also known as myrtle. It comes in a beautiful flat, and it gives you a beautiful, delicate purple flower. There are other varieties available, but the idea is that the Vinca minor will spread and become a carpet-like effect in your garden, allowing you to eliminate the weeding and give you more flowers in the garden. No matter what, no garden is complete without the finishing touch of some beautiful mulch. Go ahead and put a nice light layer throughout the garden bed for that finish effect. So, next time you look at your garden, always remember that gardening starts from the ground up.
out of Pine Island Bay.
Our vessel of choice on this incredibly gorgeous day is somewhat unexpected.
It's unusual to be out on a lobster boat.
For a sightseeing expedition anyway.
Everything always looks different each time you come out.
But Jeff Diedzik says the venue is what makes his tours unique.
There's no real rush involved, and it's just a lot more personalized.
And almost immediately our nautical adventure begins. We spy the Avery Point Lighthouse, the new London Harbor Light, and then the infamous New London Ledge.
The haunted lighthouse.
Diedzik, who's been working on the water for 15 years, takes us towards Mystic.
Seaflower Reef, it marks a reef out there.
The hum of the motor is almost hypnotic as we cruise past the Morgan Point Lighthouse and head out into the Sound.
Once you're on the water and you get that taste of salt spray in your face, now it's summer.
North Dumpling Island has a very interesting story. It's owned by Dean Kamen, who invented the Segway scooter, and when the state of New York told him he needed a permit to run that windmill, he declared it an independent nation. There's even a duck boat on display.
He positions it on the beach where he feels most vulnerable from attack.
Finally, we gaze upon Fisher's Island, a place that's good to see by boat.
It's a very, very closed community. They are very protective and not big on tourism.
There's just something about these maritime beacons, the romantic stories.
I think there's a little of that fisherman's tale in there.
The gorgeous scenery.
There's so much to see and so much to do right in this one little area.
Throw in a little lobster.
And everybody always wonders how it's done, so when we come out, I have some traps and I can haul a trap for them and show them what lobstering's about.
And this trip truly embodies New England in the summertime.
Thanks, Sarah. What a wonderful job, and how great to be so close to all those whales. We're going to take a short break, but before we do, I have this week's fun trivia question for you. Which Connecticut town was once part of Wallingford and offers outdoor sports enthusiasts some of the best hiking in the state? I'll have the answer for you when we come back. Welcome back to Northeast Living. So, do you know which town was once part of Wallingford and offers outdoor sports enthusiasts some of the best hiking opportunities in the entire state? Well, drum roll please. If you said Meriden, you're right. So, we sent over our own Elaine Irving, and she grabbed Peter Marteca from the Hartford Current to hit the trails and experience it for themselves. Just wait until you see this. Take a look.
Whether it's a day hike or a few days on the trail, there are things you need to know to make your hike more enjoyable. And Peter and I are going to help you experience some of what Mother Nature has to offer, all the while remembering it's a jungle out there, so safety first. Peter, walk me through what we need in our backpacks before we hit the trail.
Okay, perhaps the #1 item is plenty of fluid, plenty of water, a fully charged cell phone, flashlight. In case of inclement weather, you're going to want some cover. For those scrapes and cuts, you're going to want a little first aid kit, Band-Aids. For the mosquitoes and other bugs, you're going to want insect repellent.
That's the most important thing for me.
This is important, a whistle. You never know what's going to happen out in the middle of the woods. In case you get into trouble, you're not going to be able to call out forever, so a whistle is going to help rescuers locate you. So if searchers can find you, you're going to want the whistle.
Oh, great idea.
You're going to burn off a lot of calories. You're going to want to replenish that, so bring nut mix, fruit, little mini meals are great.
And I notice you have different backpacks here.
For the family hikes, small backpack, keep all your stuff in. But if you want to take a longer hike, you're going to want a bigger pack for more water, more food.
Okay, so are you ready? We're going to load up and hit the trails?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Okay, I learned not to overpack and to only bring what you need. It's also important to carry a map of where you're hiking. The Connecticut Walkbook has great maps for all the trails. Your cell phone is also a great navigation tool while hiking. There's a few different trail apps you can download on your smartphone, and it works just like a GPS.
That brown stone facing rock, that's where we're headed.
Oh, way up there?
Way up there.
And we have to go all the way around?
All the way around.
They have a taxi? Let's get a taxi.
Okay, when you're out here, when you see a double blaze, that means turn.
So every double mark you see, you have to
Every
turn?
double mark, yep, just look for the next blue mark.
What's the appropriate shoe wear?
Yeah, the sturdier the better. You never know when the trail's going to dip. There's going to be a big root or rock. You don't want to be twisting your ankles in sneakers or Divas or flip-flops or something like that.
You should always hike with a partner and make sure someone knows where you are at all times.
I always tell people where I'm going.
So at 6 o'clock, if you don't
Email,
call
text,
them,
right?
they know there's something wrong.
Right.
He didn't show up.
Send out the search parties.
And you let them know exactly where you are, what hike you're doing.
Right.
Take me, huh?
Yep, almost
So
there.
how far are we right now?
A half mile
Half
from the top.
These blue trails go through Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
Oh, wow, look at this. Oh, a little hot and sticky, but wow, this is worth it, huh? I think this is the best place for a drink break. So these are the ledges here that you have to be careful of.
Yes, always stay back from the ledges. You're not going to make a better view for yourself if you get closer.
We should probably head back now, huh?
Go.
Let's go then.
That hike was breathtaking, and I do mean breathtaking, which reminds me, don't forget any medication you might need, like your inhaler or an EpiPen in case you have allergies. And don't forget to check yourself and your furry canine friend for tips. Happy hiking.
Wickham Park in Manchester, Connecticut is celebrating its 50th anniversary. And being an avid gardener and an author of a gardening book, I needed to come and visit this place. This is Jeff. He's been here for 35 years, and the Wickham Park is celebrating 50 years. 50 years.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about the Wickham family.
Well, the Wickhams were very generous. They left this, their former estate to become a park, and they left their fortune to help run it. So we're a nonprofit foundation. We opened in 1961 on July 1st. The original estate, it was 135 acres, and then through gifts and also through purchases and a land swap, we are up 250 acres now.
What else can you do here?
We have an aviary very popular with the children. We have playgrounds. We have a nature center. We also have all our gardens, but you can fly a kite, you can play frisbee golf. There's lots of things to do.
Tell me a little bit about the gardens, because it's not just your traditional English garden. You have a variety of different gardens that one can come, learn, and really experience all the plant materials and design concepts.
Yep. We have, there's 8 different gardens in the park, and the 2 of them are original to the estate. The Oriental Garden and the Italian Shrine were part of the Wickham's estate. And since then, we've added the English garden, which is a formal garden. We have a wetlands garden, which is all native plants. So there's lots of extremes. We also have a rhododendron garden, and we have the lotus garden, which is a Japanese theme. And the cabin at the top of the hill also has a early American themed garden. And we're standing in the sensory garden, which is our newest garden.
Tell me a little bit about, your staff, because you have about only 5 people, but you do have a lot of volunteers that come in garden clubs.
We have 5 full-time people, and several of them have been here for years, so they're responsible for what you see. And then we have part-time staff, college kids and retirees that work for us different times of the year, different amounts, more in the summertime. And then we have volunteers in all the different areas. We actually have a lot of disc golf volunteers, but we have garden volunteers also that help us out with different aspects of the garden care.
So if you want to volunteer or just learn more about Wickham Park, I strongly suggest you check them out at wickhampark.org.
It's a great day here at Rocky Neck State Park for beachgoers and for the lifeguards, but they constantly have to be training to keep us safe. And today they're going to be walking us through their rescue procedures and giving us great safety tips. All these lifeguards are American Red Cross trained and certified. Laura's the head of the lifeguards here, and she knows what it takes to keep everyone safe.
Don't go past your swimming ability if you know you are not able to swim out that far. Also, do not mix alcohol and swimming because they don't mix correctly.
Water and alcohol do not mix.
They don't mix.
Agreed.
It's crucial for parents to keep track of their kids. Some of the rescues we have is for missing child, and it's a big ordeal.
What about like 2 or 3 years old little kids? Should they be wearing life vests at all times? Or?
We only allow Coast Guard approved life vests, and that is the most effective way to keep your child above water if they're in distress. The arm floaties do not keep the child above water. It keeps their arms above water, their head is not above water.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
I always think that they're, they do keep the kids above water.
Yeah, but Coast Guard approved life vests are the best possible way to keep your child above water.
Constant training keeps these lifeguards on their toes in emergency situations.
So this is a mock rescue, and when we recognize an active drowner, we initiate our EAP, which is our emergency action plan. They do 3 whistle blasts to alert the other lifeguards, just so all the other lifeguards know to come over and assist with the rescue. The lifeguards are grabbing all the supplies they need, the med bag, the AED, the backboard to help stabilize the victim they bring in. They're flipping the victim over, so that's the easiest and fastest way to get the victim on the board and on the shore. So the other lifeguard is assisting in pulling the victim in. While all that's happening, the other guards and EMT are getting everything ready, getting the gloves ready, getting the AED ready, getting the bag valve mask ready. If it was a suspected head, neck, or back injury, which usually results from horseplay off the shoulders, instead of using the rescue board, we use the backboard, pulling him onto shore to avoid the waves. They are checking the victim's pulse and breathing, checking their consciousness, and right now they're continuing CPR. The AED tells the lifeguards to clear the victim to initiate shock if needed.
Do not touch patient. Analyzing rhythm. It is now safe to touch the patient. Start CPR. Give 30 compressions. Then give 2 breaths. Give breath. Give breath.
The best part of this rescue is it's a mock exercise.
Our rules are here to keep the public safe, not to ruin anyone's day at the beach.
The beach is a great place to be, but always remember safety. Make it more enjoyable for you and the lifeguards. Have a safe summer.
I have nothing.
Jennifer Hudson's career has exploded since her breakout performance on American Idol.
Girls always love you and they'll be true.
She held her own along Beyoncé in Dreamgirls, snagging an Academy Award for her unforgettable performance. She continues to top the music charts, and now she's taking on a new challenge, getting Americans to pound the pavement for the Weight Watchers Walk It Challenge.
It's basically to encourage a healthier generation and also, a healthier lifestyle and just get everybody active.
After giving birth to her son in 2009, Jennifer Hudson lost the baby weight and more, going from a size 16 to a size 6. She credits 2 things, Weight Watchers and walking, and she wants to share her weight loss secrets with the world.
I started walking 4 days after I had my baby, and that's what started this whole journey, and here I am right now.
The 29-year-old starlet has made a dramatic transformation, dropping 80 pounds with the Weight Watchers program.
You didn't do this alone. You got your family involved in this? Is that true?
Yes, yes. And you know what? Because for me, just like you said, growing up, I didn't have that big example in front of us before us letting us know how important health is and how important activity is. And because I had LA Star, that's what's encouraging me to want to be able to set an example for my son and lead a healthier lifestyle for him.
What would be the one message you want to share to someone who's home, who's struggling with their weight, who feels like they just can't do it? What would you say to them?
One, you can do it, and it's as simple as doing what you can do for yourself. I feel, because I've been in that position, so take it from me. We hear and see and watch other people and see the goals and the high standards that they set for themselves, but it's not about them, it is about you and what you want to do for your body.
The Greater Hartford Arts Council, in partnership with First Niagara and the Hartford Advocate, present The Taste of Hartford, the city's most popular discount dining event. This summer, The Taste has been extended for 2 weeks of fine dining from August 1st to the 14th. Participating restaurants offer a special 3-course price-fixed menu that gives you the opportunity to sample the best they have to offer for only $23. Here's the perfect chance to try something new or return to an old favorite. Reservations are strongly recommended. Get more information at tastehartford.com. From now until August 21st, learn about the Apollo 10 mission at the Stanford Museum and Nature Center with To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA. Apollo 10 was the dress rehearsal for the first ever moon landing, where astronauts piloted their command and lunar modules named Charlie Brown and Snoopy to scout for a landing location for Apollo 11. This exhibition includes panels on the history of manned space exploration, video of the Apollo 10 crew, Snoopy collectibles, and a children's area where they can have their picture taken as astronaut standees. Visit stanfordmuseum.org for more information.
Welcome back to Northeast Living. Well, as a gardener, I know how the lawn can be a daunting chore. But with the right tools, it can be a breeze and look great as well. That's where our friends from Gano's Power Equipment in Colchester can totally help. Take a look.
Hi, my name is Tony Gargano. I'm one of the owners of Gano's Power Equipment in Colchester. Gano's Power Equipment has been selling quality outdoor power equipment for over 40 years. At Gano's, it's more than just the sale of the piece of equipment. It's the Gano's Advantage, we call it, and that is selling quality products, having a huge parts inventory to back what we sell, as well as having quality service technicians to service everything we sell. When many people think about purchasing a piece of outdoor power equipment, the first thing that comes to their mind is the big box stores. But the big box stores strictly go on price. They never mention quality. They never mention service. When you come to Gano's Power Equipment, we will sell you a piece of quality power equipment. We have service. We have parts. For 40 years, Gano's Power Equipment has been servicing and selling outdoor power equipment in the southeastern Connecticut area. And I'm proud to say that we sell some of the best quality equipment to both homeowners and commercial contractors alike. And one thing I can say for sure is that there's not a piece of power equipment in this store that we wouldn't own ourselves. Personally, I've been affected by Lyme disease and was shocked to find out how little is out there and how many people don't really know about it. So in 2007, I started a nonprofit charity called CT Lyme Riders to raise education and awareness for Lyme disease. Say that Gano's Power Equipment is a proud sponsor of CT Lyme Riders, and if you're looking for more information about Lyme disease, please check our website, www.ctlymeriders.com.
And there you have it. Thank you so much for watching Northeast Living. Make sure you stay tuned for Cards.com's On the Road. Coming up next. Goodbye, everyone.